Today's Pokemon Presents gave us an information blowout for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And not only that, the official Pokemon website gave us a bunch of new details not shown in the trailer. I've gone through the full trailer and website so we can talk about all of the new info. Let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Okay, starting off with the trailer here, I gotta say, I love the sheen on all these Pokemon models. It gives Scarlet and Violet a distinct look and really gives me that next-gen feel. The look of the new models actually caused me to miss the reveal of the new Wooper regional form here. On my first watch, I literally commented on the shading of them being very dark, but I thought it was just the new graphical style. I didn't realize this was a brand new regional variant. Did you catch on to the Woopers right away? Let me know in the comments if you have a sharper eye than me. But anyways, we learned from the official website that this new regional form for Wooper is a dual type poison and ground. I love the skull and crossbones type look going on here. And I gotta imagine we're also getting a regional form for Quagsire or maybe a branched evolution, because I can't see this thing evolving into normal Quagsire. So another new form or evolution belonging to this line is all but confirmed. Sweet. And right away we get region name confirmed, Paldea. It was about time. So now we have the official name of the 9th mainline Pokemon region. Paldea is joining the likes of Kanto, Johto, Alola, Galar, and all the rest. Very cool, and the name seems to fit in nicely with the rest of the bunch. Next, we learn that the theories about Koraidon and Miraidon being rideable mounts was 100% correct. Speaking in Legends Arceus terms, we can see that they basically act as Weirdeer, Basculegion, Braviary, and Sneasler all rolled into one. I love that this type of stuff is coming back from Legends Arceus, as the rideable mounts really do a lot to heighten exploration in open areas. So this is a welcome addition. The website goes on into details about the different rideable forms, although oddly enough, the climbing form is not expanded on. Each form has a different name for both Koraidon and Miraidon, but they perform the same function that you'd expect. It's really interesting that we're gonna meet and befriend the cover legendaries super early in these games, or at least it seems this way, because you gotta imagine we'll have access to the mounts during most of the treasure hunt. All in all though, the rideable forms look pretty sweet, but I'm not sure about this little gallop from Koraidon in the sprinting build here. Ew. Some of these world shots are getting me really excited. I need to know how big this world is. Seeing as this is the first true open world Pokemon, we gotta think it's gonna be pretty big, right? I'm really hoping it has even more secrets and hidden stuff than Legends Arceus' Hisui did, because exploring the Paldea region looks like it's going to be an absolute blast. And I want to be finding more and more new things for months on end as I'm playing. I can't wait till we finally see some actual gameplay too. And let me just freeze frame here real quick. Look at this modern looking city. This definitely seems like a new future themed metro area. Or at least it seems this way with the tall, lit up modern buildings. This makes me think we're going to have a bunch of towns to explore, which in an open world game like this especially is fantastic news. Real quick too, we also get a look at a new Pokemon right away. We later learn that this one is called Fido, a cute little dog Pokemon with a sweetbread or pastry theme. From the Pokemon page on the website, we learn Fido is a fairy type. It is the puppy Pokemon having the ability Own Tempo. I love the design, but it seems like a really weak Pokemon battle-wise. I'm just here wondering if it'll evolve to something stronger. We're also getting a bunch of new trainer designs. These games certainly have a unique style, and one thing I can say is there are a lot of fashionable people in this region. Well, this isn't really fashion, I don't think. In this shot with the Ice-type gym leader Grusha, we get the reveal of this awesome-looking new Pokemon, Cetitan, and I just love this thing. We learned from the website that Cetitan is a pure Ice-type. It's the Terra whale Pokemon, knowing either Thick Fat or Slush Rush. It's so nice having abilities back after Arceus. Frustratingly though, we still don't know for sure if the Arceus-style overworld catching is going to be back. I was hoping to find that out today, but it's still pretty up in the air. Looking at the way the trainers entering battles here, it seems like a traditional battle will start as you approach a wild Pokemon, and then you catch it from there, which is kind of like the Sword and Shield style of things. But nothing is definitive yet, unfortunately. Toward the end of the trailer, we get the reveal of this game's new gimmick, the Terastal phenomenon. I don't usually get too hyped about the battle gimmicks, but this one looks amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Pokemon will now be able to take on sweet looking crystallized forms during battle. This is definitely what the diamond pattern at the end of the last trailer was hinting at, by the way. So in the narrated section of the trailer and the website, we get a little more of a breakdown of terastallizing and Terra types. One thing I'm really confused about are some of the Terra types shown here. For example, it says Persian gains normal Terra type, but it's already a normal type as is. So does that mean nothing happens when it terrestrializes? And then Drifblim and Azumarill are shown to have fire and water Terra types. Are there second typings of Ghost and Fairy dropped in this case, removing those weaknesses? It's confusing me now, but the finer details are something we're gonna have to learn more about at a later date. Eevee is shown to have multiple Terra types, which makes sense. But I'm wondering, can any Pokemon have any Terra type? Or can certain species only have a set amount of Terra types? Again, we'll just have to wait and see. You can terrestrialize your Pokemon with the R button during battle, as shown here on the UI. From this scene, it looks like we're getting access to it right off the bat, because based on the levels we're seeing, this is really early game. Here's another real interesting thing from the website. Terrestrialized Pokemon gain what I assume is Stab, or an even greater attack bonus for their Terra type. But the site also explicitly says, when a terrestrialized Pokemon uses a move that matches its Terra type and at least one of its original types, the boost to that move's power will be even greater. I don't really know exactly what this is trying to say, but unless there are going to be dual type moves in this game, I'm thinking this means Pokemon will also maintain Stab for at least one of their original types when terrestrialized. Weaknesses, and I assume resistances, will also change due to Terra type. So all in all, this is an amazing element that adds more strategy to battle. It's still early, but I can say I haven't been this hyped for a gimmick since probably Mega Evolutions. I think it's a really slick idea. Terra raid battles are a multiplayer format in which we face off against a terrestrialized wild Pokemon, working with up to 3 other trainers. First of all, I have to say they look visually stunning with all the crystal effects, and they introduce some interesting new elements. It looks like you can attack without waiting for other players' turns, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. This is how you obtain Pokemon with unique Terra types, so that's a great incentive right there to compete in them. I loved Max Raid Dens in Sword and Shield, so this will be a fun continuation of that type of multiplayer experience. Crystals will be scattered around the map and give off pillars of light just like Max Raid Dens. Yet another way that this game seems to be combining a lot of the best from Sword and Shield and Legends Arceus, and boy am I here for that. I cannot wait to try these games for myself. During the narrated deep dive to end the presents, we get probably my favorite reveal of the day, more details on this game's story progression. We learn that these games have 3 completely separate stories. One is the traditional gym challenge, while the other 2 are separate paths entirely. Having non-linear progression in a Pokemon game for the first time is going to be amazing. And the website gives us confirmation that we can visit gyms in any order we want to. I'm really curious about how that's going to work. Whether levels will scale down, or if we can challenge high-level gyms while we're still low level. It kinda seems like the latter, and I really hope it is, because that would be amazing to add some extra challenge to the main game. We also learn that you can make progress between the 3 stories simultaneously at your own pace, which is gonna be unbelievably fun. We also meet several new characters. Mr. Clavel is a friend of Professor Sada and Turos and is the Academy Director. I may be wrong, but from the looks of him, it kinda feels like this guy has an evil streak. We're also introduced to Mr. Jock, our homeroom teacher, as well as schoolmates Arvin and Penny. Arvin is not much of a battler, but is a great cook, and we're not given much info on Penny other than that she's a shy student. It seems like these characters will play a big role in the story, just like Nimona, who we were introduced to in the last trailer. Perhaps, and this is just my theory, they could serve as rivals on each of the 3 story routes. Nimona would be the most battle focused and your rival on the gym challenge, while perhaps another of the story routes would be one focused on exploring the region collecting different ingredients for cooking. There we'll frequently deal with Arvin, and then the mysterious Penny might play a large role in the 3rd story route. Kinda liking the sound of that. And aside from these 3, we also get a look at some more seemingly key NPCs. I'm unsure if these are some of the other gym leaders or maybe other students of the Academy. There's no real way to tell for sure right now. We didn't get any gameplay of co-op multiplayer like I was hoping, but still 4-player adventuring looks really promising. Hopefully it's not restricting in any way and lets us progress through the game naturally with our friends involved. And that should cover the trailers, but to end off, I just want to talk about bits of extra news from the official website. There's a ton of juicy info here, so make sure to take a look if you haven't checked it out for yourself. The link is in the description. First, the site tells us that the kiosks we were introduced to in the last trailer are actually outdoor Pokemon centers. They will be placed all around the region, with these light up Pokeballs at the top acting as beacons that we'll be able to see easily while adventuring. I'm hoping that they'll also act as fast travel points as well. We also got a little bit of info about some of the version exclusives. Larvitar and Stunjourner are exclusive to Scarlet, while Violet exclusives are Bagon and Ice-Cube. Now, this makes me wonder if these are hints about Pokemon that might be getting new or perhaps regional evolutions. Stunjourner and Ice-Cube need Evos, and regional forms for Tyranitar or Salamence would be epic. Interestingly enough, Tyranitar kinda resembles Koraidon, while Salamence resembles Miraidon. So this is pretty interesting to speculate about if you ask me. These version exclusives weren't mentioned at all in the trailer, so another perk of checking out the website. The site also mentions that the big city we saw in the initial reveal is now known to be called Mesa Goza. This is where the school is located, so we'll be spending a lot of time here. This is great because it looks like there's a lot to do and see in Mesa Goza. And finally, as one little bonus detail, the site gave us confirmation on more detailed character customization, including eye shape, mouth shape, eyebrows, and more. This looks like the most robust character creator in any Pokemon game so far, which is awesome to see, especially in a game like this with an increased focus on multiplayer. And I think that's all the analysis and hidden details I have today. Man, I have to say, we ate good today as Pokemon fans. And I want to end off with a direct quote from the trailer. "We've kept all the things you love about Pokemon while evolving the adventure you can have in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet." This is music to my ears. This is still my most anticipated game of the year, and I cannot wait for November. That's all from me today. Remember to keep it here with this channel for quality Nintendo content and much more on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Thanks for watching.